Have you ever imagined what it would be like to travel to the world's most amazing places and experience hands-on what it's like to live as the locals do? To see the most famous sights in the world and what you're capable of along the way? Then let your imagination come to life as a people-to-people student ambassador. And get ready to explore the world in an unforgettable journey you'll brag about for years, and where you'll make new friends for life from all around the globe. When you arrive overseas, you'll be met by two very important people who speak the local language, your delegation manager and your motor coach driver. Together, they'll cover everything you'll need while traveling, from hotels to restaurants and program activities. They help your teacher leaders to be focused on you and your extraordinary journey, finding that out-of-the-way place you'll talk about every time you get the chance. You will have the time of your life as a people-to-people student ambassador. Your European Odyssey program begins in one of the world's great cities, Paris. No one forgets the first time they see the Eiffel Tower, one of the most iconic monuments in the world. And no one forgets the trip to the top of this 1,000-foot monument. From here, you can snap a picture of the City of Lights. You and your friends will experience the Cathedral of Notre Dame, a product of over 2 centuries of inspired French Gothic architecture. The dazzling stained glass South Rose window stands 43 feet high. The Arc de Triomphe was commissioned by Napoleon to honor, well, himself. This massive monument stands in the middle of the world's largest roundabout. This traffic circle around the Arc de Triomphe stands at the end of the Grand Avenue of Paris, the Avenue des Champs-Élysées, the most famous shopping district in the world. Here you'll stroll down the boulevard, hear the different languages, smell and taste the fresh brewed espresso and baguettes, living the Parisian lifestyle. You'll want to window shop at world-famous fashion headquarters like Givenchy and Louis Vuitton. Waiting for you at the end of the Champs-Élysées is the world's largest museum, the Louvre. It's so big, to view every piece of art would take you an entire year. We'll make sure you have time to experience the best of the world's masterpieces, including the Venus de Milo and the mysterious Mona Lisa. While in Paris, you'll explore the art district of Montmartre. From here, the views of Paris are amazing. Explore with your leaders and friends the beautiful Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Purchase an original painting from the local artists, or even have a portrait of you and a friend drawn to remember your time in Paris. In France, they have elevated food to an art form, so be ready to try new things and experience art in its many forms as a student ambassador. Beware, that might include escargot and frog legs. Your program continues just outside of Paris at the Palace at Versailles, the former home of Marie Antoinette. Built by Louis XIV, Versailles is one of the most opulent and lavish royal residences in the world. Students, you will stand in the famous Hall of Mirrors where the Treaty of Versailles was signed, ending the First World War. Take time to walk through the 1,800 acres of the most beautiful gardens in the world. Next, travel European style in an overnight train from Paris through the Alps of Switzerland and Austria, passing into Italy and Venice. Imagine yourself floating through the canals of this city, known as the Gateway to the Orient. Venice was once one of the wealthiest and most powerful cities in Europe. You'll explore the city of canals, traveling around under islands and bridges, all by gondola. Gain a revealing look at how Venetians carry on their daily lives and business. Instead of buses, they have water taxis, and their FedEx packages arrive by boat. Venice is world-renowned for its blown glass, and you will learn about how these works of art are created during your visit to a glass factory. There is no better way to understand a culture than to experience its daily life firsthand. For a few days and nights, you'll be welcomed into the home of a local family. This exclusive people-to-people moment is your time to shine as an ambassador, truly the heart of the people-to-people mission. During your stay, you will enjoy meals together, share pictures and stories from home, learn about traditions and customs, and live life as a local. Now on to Florence. Your city guide will get you up close to Florence, the heart and soul of Italian art, including the Duomo Cathedral built over 5 centuries ago. Commissioned by the Opera del Duomo, Piazza della Signora was the original home of Michelangelo's David. And you'll also visit David's new home, the Galleria dell'Accademia. Your delegation will continue through Pisa, seeing and learning about the famous Leaning Tower, and even more by exploring the city in small groups. In Assisi, Italy, your ambassador experience will go to the next level. This is the full-on adventure, and it will change your life forever. Created exclusively for people-to-people student ambassadors, Full On is an entire day of leadership training, teaching you to overcome your fears, strengthen your team building, and improve your confidence. Use all these new skills at the end of the day as you rappel off this ancient castle. And by the way, it might be the most fun you'll ever have in your life. Traveling as a student ambassador would not be complete without honoring your heritage. Your delegation will be met by a representative of the American Battle Monuments Commission at an American cemetery and memorial to honor our fallen soldiers and allies who died during the fierce battles throughout Italy during the Second World War. All roads lead to Rome, and it's your next stop. The Roman Colosseum is the heart of this ancient city. The design of this stadium is the basis for every stadium built since. And at the height of the Roman Empire, 80,000 screaming Romans would cheer their favorite gladiator on to victory. Across the street, walk with friends down the same paths and halls of the Caesars and the Roman Senate as you explore the Roman Forum. Vatican City is a city within a city and hosts the world's smallest independent country at only 106 acres. Magnificent St. Peter's Basilica dominates the skyline. This tiny nation-state is the seat of the Catholic Church and governed by the Pope. With People to People, you will meet with a representative from the church who will teach your group about the history, traditions, and influence that Vatican City has in Italy and throughout the world. Vatican City's historic collection of art includes the Sistine Chapel. You will wind throughout chambers and galleries, through narrow hallways and up ancient stairways. At last, you will emerge and see what many consider to be the greatest work of all time, Michelangelo's epic ceiling fresco, The Creation of Man. Is anybody hungry? Italian cuisine is some of the best in the world. Gelato is a true part of the culture, and you'll feel like a real Italian as you enjoy this delicious treat on a hot summer day. Before saying goodbye to Rome, explore Piazza Navona, the Spanish Steps, and the elaborate Trevi Fountain. Italian legend says that if you throw a coin over your shoulder into the fountain, you'll return to Rome again one day. Farther south, outside of Naples, you will climb Europe's most famous volcano, Mount Vesuvius. History will come alive as your expert guide walks you through the ruins of Pompeii. In the background sits the volcano which buried this city and all its inhabitants in 79 AD. Time stands still here, and the remains of the city are amazing. You'll see how people lived by walking the streets of this historic site. Some of the frescoes look as if they were painted yesterday. It's time to say arrivederci to Italia. Across the Adriatic Sea, we go on an overnight ferry to Greece. In Athens, say hello to the Mediterranean sun. Great food, warm people, and of course, ancient history everywhere you look. In Olympia, where the Olympics originated over 3,000 years ago, you will stand on the stone starting line at the stadium of the first modern games. Race with your friends to the finish line as if you were one of the athletes competing centuries ago. No visit to Greece is complete without seeing the Acropolis or exploring the ancient ruins of the Parthenon and the Temple Athena Nike. You'll dive into the culture, including a special cruise aboard a ferry like this to the stunning Greek island Aegina, where you'll spend the day playing on the beautiful white beaches of the Mediterranean. After marinating in the warm sun and a refreshing swim in the blue waters, put on your dancing shoes and learn a few steps of the traditional Greek dances. Then dine on fine food and enjoy the company of your friends at your Greek feast. Your preparation as a student ambassador begins months in advance. We'll prepare you to understand the places you'll see and the people you'll meet, how to stay safe and organized, and to have the time of your life. Next summer, student ambassadors will see the most unforgettable places on the planet. They'll rappel off a castle wall, meet a native warrior, taste amazing new food, visit the places where lives were sacrificed and history was defined, all while being guided with 24-hour support, keeping you on time and safe. That student ambassador can be you. Your incredible journey begins when you complete your application, so the next step is yours. When you apply, you open the door to an adventure that will stay with you for the rest of your life. In your own way, you'll be changing the world and your world forever.